Premier, the airlines are taking advantage of the cap on international travel. We're seeing a spike in the price of airline tickets.
I didn't get the first bit of the question.
Are you concerned that the airlines are taking advantage of the cap on international travel? We're seeing a spike in the price of airline tickets.
I'm just disappointed that more Australians will have to wait before coming back home. New South Wales has always done our fair share, and again, the number of people coming home doesn't change the risk. This is a very transmissible variant, the Delta strain as we call it, and I'm disappointed that the other state leaders didn't see fit to maintain the number of Aussies coming back home, and that to me is a disappointment. But of course, we'll respect what the National Cabinet decision was, and move forward in that regard.
Premier, it's absolutely
Premier,
it's absolutely packed down at Bondi today. It's chaos in Centennial Park. You can't even get a park down there. Are you worried this weekend is going to undo everything that we've done in the last week?
I'm absolutely concerned that the weekend's good weather and the fact that all of us have been kind of cooped up the whole week, especially for kids during school holidays, that people will let their guard down. Please don't let your guard down. Yes, it is great weather. We live in the best place on earth, but please be sensible. If you are exercising with others outside your household, please maintain the social distance. Don't let a group exercise of 10 become 20 or 30. That is a surefire way of spreading the virus. But having said that, we want people to avoid those indoor settings. We'd much prefer people exercising outside in a safe way, in a socially distanced way, and we just ask people to not give up now. We're actually at the halfway point. We're at a good position. The lockdown is having the impact to date that we thought it would. There's nothing surprising we've seen in the numbers, and of course, as the days go by, we want to see the numbers of people who've been exposed in the community with the virus continue to decline, because that is one of the measures Dr. Chan and her experts will use when they're advising government on what we should do. We have a chance to get out of this lockdown as soon as we can, so long as we don't let our guard down and suddenly let the virus spread today and tomorrow because of the good weather. So I just appeal to everybody to do the right thing. The lockdown is so far having the desired effect, but we need that to continue so that the advice we get from Dr. Chant will be pleasing to all of us.
Premier, just back to the arrivals cap.
Well, that was outlined in part of the phases which National Cabinet adopted, so absolutely.
Premier, just back to the arrivals cap. Will that or this current outbreak have any impact on the plan to bring back international students?
I'm sorry, potentially, because unfortunately, New South Wales has always been extremely ambitious in the way in which we approach dealing with COVID, and it does cause us to reconsider all of those things. The other states clearly have indicated they don't want to continue to welcome Australians in the number we had, and it does also impact then other people you can welcome home. And so I think it does put a huge question mark over those plans. But New South Wales has always done our fair share, and I again want to stress that just because you're welcoming home less Australians every week doesn't mean outbreaks aren't going to happen, mistakes aren't going to happen. In fact, quite the opposite. We've seen some states bringing home far fewer Australians than New South Wales is having those outbreaks and having those concerns. So it doesn't mean we're not going to face these outbreaks. Until the vast majority of our population is vaccinated, we're going to see this situation arise. But I hope every Premier keeps to their word in the commitments yesterday in relation to avoiding lockdowns and proceeding on a basis which gets us to a COVID normal.